YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, man. If you saw the recent video, man, I was getting dragged in the comment section. Now, LiAngelo Ball, of course, this dude's path to the NBA has been nothing but non-traditional. He's been trying to get to the league for a minute now, a bunch of different routes. You guys know, initially when he was playing at UCLA, got kicked out for the stealing incident in China, then ended up playing at the JBA, and of course, eventually making his way to the Detroit Pistons, playing over there. And a lot of people said they signed him for clout, hurt his ankle, and look at him now. He was playing in the summer league, did his thing, but man, there was a lot of speculation that Gelo had not even got signed because he was working out back in LA and he wasn't with the Charlotte Hornets, actually in Charlotte. Now, recent reports are coming out stating that he actually has signed an Exhibit 10 contract, which, man, I gotta say, that's super interesting. You guys were coming for me in the comment section, man. Of course, Gelo has a strong fan base. I gotta say, he probably has the strongest, or one of the most strongest fan bases I have seen in a minute now. So a lot of people want to see him do well. And in my defense, man, I really wasn't hating on the guy. But at the end of the day, we're glad to see that he did sign this contract. Now, a lot of people don't even know exactly what this contract is, and it's actually a 1-year minimum salary deal. So yes, he's going to be playing in the league for a year, but also can play in the G League as well. And of course, I think that's most likely where he's going to be, the G League side of things, not the actual NBA team, just because even if he does go to the NBA team, he's not really going to get that type of PT or that type of shine like we want to see. And of course, we want to see him develop over time to be able to dominate at the NBA level, which this is the best route for him, probably play in the G League for a little bit and then transition over. Now, honestly, don't think anyone should be surprised that this dude actually signed this deal, because the way he was playing in Summer League and the feedback from the team. You guys know when he was playing back for the Detroit Pistons, we really didn't hear this type of feedback from the coaches saying they were super impressed about his talent and what he was doing on the court. But then transition to this team, I think there was a lot of positive back and forth. They saw that the connection and chemistry that he would have with somebody like Melo playing on the court, but also the fact that the coaches said they were impressed with what Gelo was doing during Summer League. And I think, of course, Gelo said he thought it would be a good fit for him as well. And I think overall those two would just combine to really make it both positive for them to really move forward and for him to actually play on the squad and of course eventually play alongside his brother. Now, a lot of people are even comparing this dude's Gelo career to my career in 2K, and I gotta be honest, it's facts, because you don't really see this too often where this guy has played in so many different places overseas. He's played pretty much everywhere at this point, and he's still able to find a way to try to get to the league. I think that really takes a ton of dedication for him to really make it this far, but man, his story is nothing short of exciting. Now, as long as he proves himself while he does actually play and his teammates pass him the ball, man, this dude is going to be fine moving forward. I think he's going to be playing pretty well in the NBA G League, but I think he's definitely going to have to put in a ton of work to actually make it to the next level. It's one thing to get on the squad, but again, this is just the start to his NBA career, so he's really going to have to continue to prove himself. But the way he was proving in Summer League, if he can have them same type of plays and move forward just like that, I think he's going to be fine keeping a spot on the squad. Now, what I think a lot of people forget about this situation is what this dude was doing back in the day compared to how people look at him now. Now, Gelo was averaging 33 in high school, which is crazy. And of course, he was probably one of the highest scorers, if not the leading scorer in California of all time, which is pretty crazy to me. And the fact that you move forward a couple years and people are saying this dude wasn't even good enough to make it to the league. Now, of course, scoring isn't everything, but I think that can be an indicator of how good and how just natural game and natural talent this dude had. And of course, we saw in Summer League, he was able to put the ball in the basket, of course, when he got playing time and when he did touch the ball and his teammates really weren't icing him out like that. You guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about that? For sure, there's a lot of news coming out. Again, this is just a report that's stating he's got signed. We haven't seen official tweets and documents come out of this 10-day contract, but it really did seem like it was a mutual interest between both the team and Gelo, so I don't see why they wouldn't sign him at this point with the way he was playing in the past. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything about about this situation. But man, we gotta talk about this. On the other hand, man, Bronny James. Now, we had talked about Bronny James previously maybe leaving Sierra Canyon because, of course, man, their team is stacked. You guys know whenever you're playing against and with really good players, it's tough for you to shine on the squad. And we've been saying this for a minute now. Bronny is going to have to put in work to shine when he does actually officially hit that senior spot, because you got to be ready to play in college basketball. It's more about development for this dude, because we know he has offers, he's ranked, he's up there, but how is he going to perform? Is he actually going to be able to make it to the league? And will he ever play with his father? Now, low-key, I don't really see him being able to play with Bron at this point. I really don't see Bronny as a one and done, but a player that may need a little bit more time to develop and work on his game overall. But he's been doing his thing, and especially in EYBL, we saw he had shows of talent where he really went off and showed he could be aggressive, play very well on the court, but it definitely is going to take time for him to develop as well. Now, a report had actually came out about Sierra Canyon's roster and how stacked they are, and man, I gotta say, they have a ton of high recruited players. Of course, Amari Bailey being that 5-star recruit, #1 player in his class, of course, committed to UCLA, doing his thing, super aggressive, can really dominate. I haven't seen this dude really not be able to get buckets against any team he's played against, and he shows up to the big games for sure. And then, of course, they have other players on the squad that are actually 5-star players, and the new one, Mike Price, who I talked about, which just transferred in as a 4-star recruit in the class of 2023, ranked 36th. And I think it's going to be tough. One thing when you play against and with these such good players, it's going to be tough for Bronny really to show what he's made of. But honestly, at this point, it's more of a mindset for this dude than anything. It's not so much talent, because we know this guy has the talent to play and really play with the best of them, play with anyone in the country. But I think it's the mindset that he's going to have to go into these type of games and really looking at it like he has something to prove, because he does. You guys know, even a lot of people were talking this as well. Man, if certain head coaches move, some, for example, like Duke, for instance, this dude is actually technically not guaranteed a deal to go to Duke, just because, of course, the coach is no longer going to be there, which means one thing, Bronny for sure needs to put in a ton of work and make sure he's ready to dominate next season. Yes, he was coming off an injury. A lot of you guys know he was out with an injury for a minute now, but we can't make excuses. I think this is the season where we're really going to see if Bronny has what it takes, and if he has the mindset. At the end of the day, that's all it is. It's not really so much a talent thing, because we know he can play the game of basketball. And for sure, I think it's about Bronny's game that a lot of people don't notice, is it's the defense and IQ and how he gets his teammates involved. We know he's a facilitator at this point, and that's what he does best. So hopefully he can really find that role on the squad and really show, because you know, people like Gilbert Arenas, even BJ Boston, said Bronny James was probably the best player in the country, and he will be the best when he actually is going to be a senior. But man, a lot of people are having mixed reactions about those comments. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but let me know, should Bronny stay at Sierra Canyon or not? Again, with these new rosters coming out and them pretty much having a roster with a starting 5 that are going to be at minimum 4-star recruits or up, that's tough. It's going to be a lot of competition. You guys let me know, should he stay or not? And what do you think about the Gelo situation? How do you think Gelo is going to perform in the league? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video, and make sure you leave a comment down below. Any video suggestions you do have in the comments down below. Appreciate each and every one of you. LiAngelo out.